Boom, and welcome to another episode of Nobody Watching. For some strange reason, I recently found myself thinking about a series of commercials for Dell computers dating back to about the year 2000 or so. The ad featured a character named Steven, also known as the Dell Dude, played by actor Benjamin Curtis. As I recall, it was a fairly popular campaign which made Dell look kind of cool, gave them a snappy catchphrase in "Dude, you're getting a Dell," and sold quite a few computers. But as fate would have it, the whole thing came crashing down when it was discovered that the actor Benjamin Curtis used some of his newfound fortune to buy a bag of weed in 2003. Gasp, swoon, what an embarrassment. To save face and to quiet the uproar from this horrific event and to keep selling computers, Dell quickly terminated the role, and Curtis says he was blacklisted from the entertainment community, making it difficult for him to find work. Wow. Look at how far we've come in just about 20 years. On the brink of eventually being legal everywhere, a bag of weed seems like really small potatoes compared to some of the offenses celebrities are accused of these days. Every time a news story pops up, you almost wish it was only a bag of weed. And when I say uproar, I mean people were really upset. Still, if you watch the ads, and you can find them on YouTube, it's not a leap to think that, that dude Steven probably has a stash somewhere. It's practically stereotypically built into his profile. Today we would say that Benjamin Curtis was effectively canceled. And while that's what we say when someone has been publicly chastised for their behavior, we've been canceling people long before now. It's just a new nickname to an ancient practice. But it seems canceling someone is a kinder term to describe the emotional motivation that drives the response. I'm sure we all have varying definitions of what being canceled means, but aggressive actions and incendiary rhetoric indicates the cancelers don't just want the bad person canceled, they want the offensive party eradicated, erased, harmed in some way, and removed completely without a path for redemption for their violations against the very latest hot-button sensitivity. Some will say there isn't a cancel culture, and that might be true, but it is an apt description for how faux outrage is handled these days. It's probably more accurate to say that it describes a practice developed by the members of a lazy, interconnected society where the bulk of their rage is epitomized in a scorching tweet or other post. It also comes in handy when somebody upsets the apple cart of the non-believers, so they can make a timely and relevant reference while expressing their anger. The question is, what is one to do when it is discovered that something you like, no matter what it is, was created by someone who turns out to be a jackass, or who is deemed to have rubbed up against whatever is jumping up and down on the nerves of the collective group of people who give a crap? Understand, I'm not giving any of these people a pass on their behavior. If they are an offensive, abusive, dangerous jackass, they get what they get for being so. But should the end product of the work of which that person was involved in be eradicated as well? One day you might be enjoying something when suddenly you find out that whoever made the thing is a jerk who says or does stupid things. Then pow! That thing is no longer good? You have to give it up cold turkey, or you enjoy it with guilt knowing you might be associated with the aforementioned jackass? Tough call. John Lennon, John Wayne, Bill Cosby, J.K. Rowling, the Dixie Chicks or the Chicks, Jimmy Fallon, Dr. Seuss, and so on. If you sit real still and don't say a word, you can almost hear another handful of people getting canceled for one thing or another at this very moment. Yes, the inspiration for canceling someone is public shame, humiliation, and to hit them where it hurts, their economy, their wallet, their pocketbook. But does that work? Does it stick? When John Lennon said the Beatles were more popular than Jesus back in the day, people started protesting and burning records and threatening the lives of the Beatles and their fans and so on. That's how canceling worked some decades ago. Today, it's really hard to hold a record-burning rally when your music is released digitally. The best thing you can do is post nasty things about them online and yell unfortunate things at them when they come out of their favorite coffee shop. And still, with time, people get over it or move on to the next rage generator. John Lennon is destined to be a big deal for quite a while. And what about Michael Jackson? The accusations against him were pretty grave. Many people tried to end his career too, but he died and he's still considered a legend and his music is everywhere, and the unfortunate business with the various children becomes a footnote to his history, like it didn't stick. It's even hard to talk about canceling people without looking like you empathize or support them as individuals, and then you run the risk of being canceled yourself, like a kind of cancellation by association. Maybe cancellation is only something that lasts as long as a news cycle or until someone ups the ante on bad behavior. That kind of thing makes the lesser offenders like Benjamin Curtis's bag of weed seem downright acceptable. Businesses with obvious and prolonged practices which discriminate against certain groups and such may address the occasional cancellation flare-up, but little comes of it, and they continue to do what they do with little consequence. However, I'm more inclined to find someone else to do business with because of their callous attitude and awful practices than I might be to switch off a John Wayne movie. Is that contradictory? Have we run out of the empathy and understanding we need to allow people who mess up the chance to grow, correct, make amends, repair, and be better? Or is it a one and done, you're awful, you're canceled, goodbye, and never show your face around here again? We seem really good at the judging part, but not so committed to it that we really change anything. And what if you did something awful or was accused of such and someone tried to cancel you? We'll see you next time.